the elites are panicking is because their machine that they've used for decades to manipulate humanity in the worst possible kinds of ways is actually being exposed in real time.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is not just about Elon Musk. This is about how we are controlled, how narratives are created, how propaganda is pushed, and their ability to push it is coming to a screeching halt.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. What is up, guys? It's Andy Frisella, and this is the show for the realists. Say goodbye to the lies, the fakeness, and delusions of modern society, and welcome to motherfucking reality. Guys, today we have Andy and DJ.
Cruise the motherfucking internet.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to cruise the internet. Nice, easy cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We're going to take 3 headlines. We're going to throw them up here on the screen. Now that we're on YouTube, you guys will be able to see these actual things. Like if you watched it on YouTube, we're going to talk shit about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're going to do.
Course.
Yeah. And then we're going to talk about how we collectively can help solve these problems. And then we're going to do so with a strong sense of humor, especially what we call cultural humor.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes when you tune in, there will be other formats because unlike other podcasts, this show has shows within the show. And some of the other shows that we do here are Q&AF. That's where you get a chance to submit your questions in, and I give you the AF answer. The questions can be about anything, guys. It can be about life, business, personal development, success, politics, society issues. I don't care what it's about. It could be about anything. But you could submit those questions too.
Guys, email those questions in to askandy@andyfrisella.com.
And then sometimes you're going to get a real talk, which is exactly what it sounds like it is. It's 5 to 20 minutes of me just burning your ears up. And then sometimes we're going to have full length. And full length is kind of what you're used to with other people's shows. You guys call it an interview. I call it a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a fee for the show.
Yeah.
The fee is very simple. Tell somebody about the show. Okay. We don't take advertising dollars. We don't get paid by other companies to talk about their products here on the show. Because I don't want to be leveraged by any of these motherfuckers. And so in exchange for that, I would appreciate if you guys would share the show. Keep it nice and organic.
Mm-hmm.
So what's up, man?
What's going on, man?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
That's your job.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, I got that side covered. How are you doing, though?
I'm doing very well. I'm on day 3 of 75 hard.
Fuck yeah.
Feeling really good already. Definitely. Man, the more you do that program, the more you automatically flip into that zone.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first time I did it, it took me like 20 something days to really flip into that like bulletproof mindset zone. And I'm not saying I'm there. It's day 3, but I can feel myself going there.
You feel it coming. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And like, it feels fucking good.
Yeah. That's rare. Is it new lowest for me too today?
What'd you do?
286.
Really?
Yeah. New lowest.
That's what's up, dude.
Bro, I'm trying to be ribs and dick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it.
Ripped and dick, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
Well, all right.
I'm getting there, man.
You are. You look good,
there.
dude. I'm proud of you, man. It's fucking awesome. What's going on in the world today, dude? Is there any crazy shit or what?
Yeah, I mean, there's always that. There's always some crazy shit. Definitely got a lot of that for you.
Good.
So yeah, it's
dude, I saw this article, and I can't remember if it was the New York Times. I think it was the New York Times.
Mm-hmm.
And they wrote this article, and you might even be on this already, but the headline said high fashion meets QAnon.
QAnon shit. About the Balenciaga shit.
Bro.
Yeah, I saw that.
Bro, did you read that article?
Yeah.
What a piece of shit article that was.
Yeah. Tell me you're not complicit in fucking.
Yeah. Tell me you're not a pedophile without telling me, or telling me you're a pedophile.
There's no pedophilia over here.
Fuck, dude. If you guys get a chance to read that article, you should go look it up.
We'll link it. We'll link it on the website.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we'll link it.
Dude. Like it's totally like brushing it off as conspiracy, like they do with fucking everything.
Right.
That ends up being true. And they're blaming the QAnon movement. Like, bro, you fucking idiots out there that write this shit. Like, you're not fooling people anymore.
First of all, you're not helping anything.
Well, I'm just saying, you're not fooling anybody anymore. Like, nobody's afraid to be called any of the names that you fucking dish out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all these names that you've just blasted people with for the last decade.
All the ist.
Yeah. Racist, sexist, misogynist, fucking whatever, homophobe,
Toxic.
not Nazi, QAnon, blah, 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 blah. Nobody fucking cares, dude. You guys are clearly fucking guilty of what the fuck we're talking about, which is doing incredibly fucking nefarious, nasty shit to kids.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're trying to like convince the people that still believe a shred of your credibility that this is some QAnon thing. This has nothing to do with fucking QAnon.
Right.
Motherfucker, you guys are fucking with kids. You're caught. And now you're trying to be like, oh yeah, well, there's some people. No, there's a whole lot of people that understand what's going on.
Well, that's a good thing about it though, right? Like if everybody's all this shit, then that means nobody's all that shit. And if nobody's all that shit, that means we are the majority. And then it's easily like we can easily find out who's got the hand in the cookie.
I was talking about this on my Instagram last night. Like it's a beautiful thing to watch these Hollywood people who have been propped up by the propaganda. Like I don't think people really understand what's happening. Like I don't think people understand what's going on with this Twitter thing and why it's important. Like I think at the surface level they're like, oh, fucking Elon Musk bought Twitter and everybody's pissed.
Yeah,
but they don't understand why these people, the media, the fucking cabal of elite fucks are pissed.
Yeah,
and the reason they're pissed is because their propaganda machine is being exposed. Okay.
It's unraveling.
Yes. Yeah. Right in front of your face. And you guys can pay attention. If you start paying attention right now, you'll be able to see this happen.
Mm-hmm.
But your whole life and my whole life, Hollywood has served as the propaganda insertion point for culture.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have to ask, well, who owns the studios and who makes the calls about what messages get put down?
In the credits, all those producers.
Well, dude, there's a whole lot to this. And I want to explain this, how I'm seeing it, so that people can maybe pay attention as this happens. But your whole life, dude, the fucking media, Hollywood, celebrities, maybe a few other places that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head right now, they have been basically programming you with whatever it is they decide that you need to think is right or wrong or morally acceptable or, terrible.
Right.
And they've been inching you down this road. Okay. And they've been removing all your culture and removing your common sense and removing the things that are actual facts, such as a man is a fucking man and a woman is a woman. And they've got us so far down the road that, dude, we're all looking around. First of all, we all think we're the only ones to think it. And second of all, we feel like, this shit is totally out of control, but people are afraid to say things.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And so what's happened on Twitter, and this has accelerated over the last decade or so, and what's happened on some of these social media platforms and what's happening on Twitter, this is important, is that you're seeing these Hollywood people be exposed for just how irrelevant they are. Okay. Because they've been propped up by fake accounts. They've been propped up by favorable narratives. They've been propped up by favorable algorithms. And then anybody who stands against that is silenced or deplatformed.
Or worse.
And that creates this scenario where you all observe what's happening and you think, oh, there's all these people out there that agree with these people. Fuck, the world's going crazy. I guess I'm just not with it. And you shut your fucking mouth. It's an intimidation factor. So they make it appear to be that their agenda and these Hollywood people are highly influential and, controlling the shots and controlling the culture, when in reality, it's all a fucking programmed front. Okay? Go out in the real world and ask people if a man is a man and a woman is a woman and ask what the fuck they say. They're going to tell you. Everybody thinks it's crazy, bro. There's a very small minority of people that are even with it. All right? And what's happening right now as these people leave, which is hilarious, is they are realizing like, oh shit, dude, like actually, nobody cares about what I said and nobody cares about what I stand for and nobody really gives a fuck that I leave Twitter. And that's the first thing that's going to happen. But what's going to happen after that, and the important thing, is going to be that people will start to see the real numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. And people will start to understand the manipulation that's happened. And then people will start to realize how fake the news is, how fake Hollywood is, how fake the headlines are, and how they're actually being used. And so what's happening, and the reason these people are being panicked, the elites are panicking, is because their machine that they've used for decades to manipulate humanity in the worst possible kinds of ways is actually being exposed in real time.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is not just about Elon Musk. This is about how we are controlled, how narratives are created, how propaganda is pushed, and their ability to push it is coming to a fucking screeching halt.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
No, I fucking love it.
It's fucking awesome. And dude, people, you know.
Let's think, because they're freaking the fuck out too at that. Right? Like, bro, they're losing their fucking minds. They're it's not safe anymore. They're not, like, what?
What do you mean it's not safe?
One person shouldn't control the ideas of a million people.
Yeah, well, that's what you guys been doing.
That's exactly what the fuck you guys have been doing. I fucking love it, man.
I do too, bro. It's exciting to watch. And I'm not even on Twitter, dude. But it's certainly enjoyable to watch these Hollywood people who think they're better than fucking everybody realize that nobody gives a fuck about them. And the only reason they have what they have is because they've been propped up by people with the fucking ability to do so.
Do that, yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's fun to watch, bro. None of those people had to really go earn their fucking place.
No, I think it's important.
They sold their souls, dude.
To remember, like, bro, all those fucking Hollywood celebs and all, they're actors. That's what their job is. They are actors. What do? They act. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, we hold these people, and it's the same thing in Washington, bro. Like, we hold these people up like these are the best and brightest. Like, these are the smartest fucking people that we have to offer. And that's not the case. And that's also being fucking exposed. So I love it, man.
Yeah.
It's a good time to be alive right now.
Yeah. But like, dude, it's just, I saw that article this morning, and it's like, you're really going to try this same old play?
Damn right they are.
Motherfucker, you guys are fucked.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are really in trouble.
Yep.
Anyway.
Let's get into this, guys. Wherever you're tuning in from, if you want to see any of these articles, pictures, links, videos, go to andyfrisella.com. We'll have them link up there for you. Headline number one reads, Musk, Democrats have launched a coordinated attack on me. You don't say.
Shocking. I'm shocked.
Twitter CEO Elon Musk said this past Tuesday that several top Democrats launched a coordinated attack against him, and that they were nothing more than, quote, actors on the political stage, not directors or scriptwriters. Musk responded to an account that claimed that Musk had not been political in the past, only became politically active in response to attacks from Democrats. This was the original tweet that called him out. Reads, Elon wasn't super political on Twitter until Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren started attacking him for no reason. Then others followed. Of all the dudes they could have attacked, they chose the guy most capable of helping government solve problems. Strange choice. And Elon responded saying, quote, several other major Democrat politicians attacked me too, all around the same time. It was coordinated. Outside of party leadership and independents like Manchin, they are essentially actors on the political stage, not directors or scriptwriters. And it's coming. There's a lot of stuff that's coming out. It's coming out at the exact same time that the ex-Twitter safety chief admits the Hunter Biden laptop censorship was a mistake, saying, quote, we didn't know what to believe. We didn't know what was true. There was smoke. And then ultimately, for me, it didn't reach a place where I was comfortable removing this content from Twitter, Roth said. But it set off every single one of my finely tuned App 28 hack and leak campaign alarm bells. And so she was officially asked, but so it was a mistake. And he said, in my opinion, yes. At the same exact time, Twitter is coming out, Elon Musk saying that Twitter has actually interfered in elections. Replying to a tweet, he said, exactly the obvious reality, as longtime users know, is that Twitter has failed in trust and safety for a very long time and has interfered in elections. Twitter 2.0 will be far more effective, transparent, and even-handed, as he calls it. What do we got? I mean, there's a lot of weird shit. There's Twitter going on against Apple. Apparently that's starting to come on. And now all of the news cycles are all starting to come together and saying that he's going to get his ass handed to him.
Who is?
Elon, is what they're saying. And they're already trying to spin up that narrative.
I don't think so.
Yeah, me either. Neither does the Republicans in office. They're saying they're going to support Elon if that happens. And they called out Apple for because Apple's talking about potentially deplatforming Twitter from the App Store.
At the suggestion of whom?
Right. And why?
I already know. Do you know?
I mean, I'm sure it has like 3 letters.
It's a whole nother country on the other side of the fucking ocean that Apple pays hundreds of billions of dollars
to
operate in, and then also manufactures 99.9% of their hard goods in this country.
Is that why Apple's silent on their protest that's going on?
Not only are they silent, they actually turned off the airdrop feature so that the protesters couldn't communicate with each other.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a whole lot to this, and I don't think that Apple's going to get away with doing what the fuck they think they're going to do.
Yeah.
This goes back into what I was saying at the beginning of the show. These people are freaking the fuck out because they are all in the know of how they control culture in this country.
Yeah.
They understand that the social media is an extremely important tool for them to get where they're trying to go. And if they don't have the ability to prop up ridiculous narratives that make no sense to most of America, okay, such as a man is a man and a woman is a woman, some basic fucking factual, unarguable data, okay? Most of America understands that that's fucking ridiculous shit.
Right.
Okay. And they've been able to take all these movements, all these narratives, Ukraine, Black Lives Matter, the coronavirus pandemic,
the vaccine agenda,
everything. And they've been able to pump it through Hollywood. And this goes on for years and years and years. They have taken over many decades a very conservative country that believes in family values, and they have inched them over to the left in the name of tolerance, in the name of not offending people, in the name of being politically correct. And they have fundamentally changed the literal look and feel and culture of this country a little at a time. And they've been able to accelerate that with social media. So they have a situation now where most of the country disagrees with the narratives that they push. However, people don't like revolt or get up in arms because they believe that they are in the minority. When in reality, everybody's looking around saying, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
No, none of my friends believe this. None of my people actually believe this shit. Nobody's really with this shit that I know. And they're looking around confused. Well, the reason you're confused is because they have kicked off 10,000 plus accounts of Twitter with over 1 million fucking followers. Okay. They have suppressed and censored and shadow banned and deplatformed anybody who speaks out against any of these social narratives. Hence the reason I haven't been on these platforms with the show. And I've been writing it on iTunes in the fucking under the cover of dark for so long. Okay. We all believe that everything is somewhat fair. Like we might believe, they suppress mine.
There's obviously some bias.
Yeah, they suppress mine, but they let those guys go.
Right.
And in reality, they're accelerating theirs. They're pushing traffic to theirs, and they're taking all of anybody who opposes it traffic. And that creates a perception of being alone, of being demoralized, of being desperate, of being frustrated. And it creates a very dangerous place for the people who actually fall in line and believe that shit, because the numbers are actually inverse of what they're portraying.
Right.
And so when this collapses, which it is collapsing right now. When this collapses, a lot of people are going to realize that they've been fooled and that they've been manipulated and that they've been lied to for many, many, many years. And they're going to believe that this is very wrong and this is very evil. And they're going to start to understand what's actually going on here. They're going to understand that the elite people of the world have been lying, manipulating, and cheating us for a long time. And when that happens, now we have a chance to come together and actually change some shit.
Have some real unity.
Yes. But we have this group of fucking left people who will not come to the common sense realm of reality because they keep believing in fucking this fake narrative that is being built intentionally to deceive you across social media platforms. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when it collapses, bro. Because people, their whole reality is basically, like, I feel sorry for people a little bit that have had their head up their asses the last few years.
Yeah.
Because, like, dude, what they're dealing with right now is like something that it's going to like break them mentally. Like their whole entire fucking world of reality is going to crumble in a very short amount of time. Like all the shit these people believe, all the fucking marches they went on, all the shit they did, all the money they donated that got stolen from them, all of this shit is going to come out in the light. And people are going to start to see that they've used the media, Hollywood, and all the things I mentioned at the beginning of the show to manipulate the fucking social narrative. And dude, it's a beautiful thing what Elon's doing, bro.
Yeah.
It really is. And people think, oh, they're allowing all this hate. Motherfucker, you guys are the ones that hate. You guys are the ones that have canceled. You're the ones that have deplatformed. You're the ones who have cost people their fucking jobs. You're the ones who fucking called everybody grandma killers and got them fired from their jobs because they didn't want to take some shit that had zero fucking science behind it. You're the fucking evil people. You're the fucking haters. You're the fucking, the cancer that infects all of society right now. And we would appreciate if some of you could admit that maybe you got fucking played and say, man, you know what? Because like, dude, I would like to think, and I could tell you this too, dude. Like if it came out that like I'm the one getting played, I'd be like, fuck, they got me. They fucking got me.
Good job, guys. That was good.
Like that was some good shit.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for them, I'm a smarter than the average bear.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm a critical thinker. And I've had to be because my professional life has required that skill set.
Your reality is that.
And there's a whole bunch of people out there that see the same shit I'm seeing that fucking won't say anything because they believe that they are the 10% of people when everybody else is fucking insane. And you have to understand that those numbers are flip-flop. And I've been saying that for, I don't know, years.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go back and find a fucking 100 clips of shit where I've told you guys this over and over and over again. You could see it in the polls that they ran during the coronavirus issue. They ran a poll on Yahoo, and this was a big indicator during the pandemic that said, would you visit a restaurant that required vaccine status to enter? And if you remember, it was 81% said no.
Yeah.
Okay. When all the other polls on every social media, on every platform were showing that, yeah, everybody's with it. Like, let's kick them out of their jobs. Let's keep them from society. You had people on fucking TV saying, you had Lori Lightfoot, the mayor of Chicago, saying, our job is to make life extremely uncomfortable for them.
For those unvaccinated.
Yeah, if you think we're trying to make life uncomfortable for those people, you're right. Like, bro, let's not forget the evil shit that was said and done to people who were just hesitant to go along with the shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this was propagated through fucking this tool that is now crumbling in front of everybody's face. So yes, Apple wants to remove it because they're part of the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
All these people are part of it, dude. All these people. We, the American people and the people of the world, okay, this is not just an American issue. I talk a lot of times in the framework of American patriotism because I'm fucking American.
Right.
My family has died for this fucking country.
It's the home team, man.
That's my team.
Yeah.
But this is really a global issue.
For sure.
And, you know, the people have to recognize that we are all seen by them as fucking cockroach peasants. They do not look at us like we're equals. Like we look, and that's the fucked up thing too, bro. Most of these people that are considered the cockroach peasants by them look at them as if they're the best and brightest that we fucking have.
Right.
Bro, these people are garbage. They're trash. They're liars. They're cheaters. They're fucking criminals. and they're taking advantage of all of us and making all of our lives hard. It's fucking bullshit. Anyway.
Best and brightest my ass, man. Well, guys, that was headline number one.
I mean, what the fuck do you think, dude?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think, like I said, dude, it's they're not doing themselves any justice. They're making the shit way too fucking obvious. They're making it like they're not helping themselves.
Good.
You know, and so I mean, eventually, bro. I mean, I think when we get a little bit more people to fucking wake up from those dreams and really see what the fuck's actually going on and call it for what it is.
Well, that requires some fucking humility.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like, bro, some of y'all a lot of you got fucking played.
Yeah.
Real talk. And there's no shame.
Yeah.
Like, dude, if I went through the list of times I got played in my business career, bro, I got in the early days, I got fucking, dude, that's how you learn.
Yeah, I think it requires humility, but it also requires like some, I don't want to say empathy on our part, but I mean, like, we know they got fucking played. We've been saying
it's hard to have empathy though, bro, because I've been a big proponent of empathy as well. I've said multiple times on the show over and over and over again, these people are victims of a fucking $1 trillion+ propaganda machine that pumps shit in your face 24 hours a day. And I understand that. I do get it. However, Fauci comes on TV last week and says, oh, everybody should wear a mask again and question your relatives who come at Thanksgiving. And you go to the grocery store now and half the motherfuckers are wearing masks. And half of them have the nerve to fucking say something to you about it. So the time for empathy for this shit is wearing fucking thin with me.
Yeah, that's real.
Like, bro, I'm sick of these motherfuckers coming at me and saying, oh, where's your fucking mask? Bro, I'm going to shove that mask up your fucking ass. Like, I'm fucking tired of it. Just so we're clear, Eric Schmidt just deposed Anthony Fauci, and Fauci could not come up with a single study that showed that any of the masking worked. In fact, there's been a study that was brought to light literally today that showed, guess what?
Yep.
That your precious N95 mask that you all fucking virtue signal about with your fucking stupid ass visors and shit
was irrelevant.
Doesn't work.
Yeah.
So fuck you if you think I'm spreading misinformation. That's the fucking science.
Right.
Y'all are brainwashed.
And it hasn't changed.
No,
the science has not
dude,
changed.
this fucking, like, if you motherfuckers think that you're going to come back and fucking abuse people again, you're in for a rude awakening. It's not going to happen.
No, I want to make sure I clarify that. Like those people that will continue to go along, they deserve no empathy. Fuck, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the people that are waking up and seeing this shit. I'm like, okay, yeah, fuck, man.
Dude, at some point, listen.
But there's a fine line that we're going to cross.
At some point, these people made their fucking bed and they're going to have to fucking lay in it.
That's real, man. That's real. That's real. Well, guys, that was headline number one. Moving right along to headline number two. Headline number two reads, speaking of Fauci, seeing this one? Headline reads, scientists warn long frozen zombie virus is public health threat amid thaw. So, yeah, right. Yeah. Bro, they're getting ready for 2024, bro.
No, dude,
they're getting ready.
Hold on.
You've been saying it.
I have been saying it. What have I been saying?
There will be more lockdowns right
I
before
said,
the fucking election.
if we don't stop it, they will do it again. And when they do it again, the virus will be stronger.
Yep. So, yeah.
Bro, go ahead.
Yeah. So, I mean, the article reads, they are potentially prying open Pandora's box. And I would re-say that they are intentionally prying open Pandora's box.
How do you know they didn't create the whole box?
Exactly.
How do you know they got this out of the ice? How do you know they didn't create this in a fucking lab like they did with COVID?
And they said
how do you fucking know anything that these people say about anything?
Yeah.
They've ruined the public trust at a level that is, in my lifetime, has never even been close. Like, I posted a meme today in my story of this dude wearing all tinfoil. And I'm like, bro, I got to step up my game.
I got one of those.
Yeah, well, fuck, dude. We might actually need it if these dumbasses release another fucking thing. Dude, look. These people doing this work, this should be globally illegal to do. And the people who decide to do it anyway should be fucking killed.
Yeah.
This is not important work to humanity. This is listen. There's no way that It's so funny. They found it under a frozen lake. Where do they hate the most?
They hate Russia. That's where it has to be found, of course, bro. That's where COVID was from too. You know that,
Yeah,
right?
Xi Jinping and fucking Vladimir Putin made it together, bro. They mixed it up in their fucking bathtub.
Yeah, no shit.
You know what I'm saying? They're sitting around in their fucking in their robes, at the fucking what do they call it? The bathhouse.
Yeah.
They're chilling. They just mix it up, fucking
sake and vodka.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, they're just gonna release it.
I think the crazy, like the dumbest shit about this though is like they're claiming they're doing this in the name of climate change. Because they're saying the shit's gonna melt anyway, so we might as well get a jump start on it.
Really?
Yeah. How about no?
Bro, that motherfucker looks like Klaus Schwab.
Yeah, he does a little bit.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, for sure.
How do you have Klaus Schwab just up on the ready to go?
Oh, I got some shit for you.
Oh, do you?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know, man. Is it like, look, dude, it's my opinion that these sorts of.
You're telling me this shit's melting?
Come on, dude.
That's just not melting.
Bro.
So it's been frozen for 50,000 fucking years and it's going to melt in two. Got it.
They've been saying it for fucking 50 fucking years, man. There's innumerable amounts of fucking documentaries from people who blow the whistle from the inside of the climate agenda saying that it has nothing to do with the climate and it has everything to do with installing a one world government that is communism based across the globe.
Yep.
There's been people who are actually in these fucking programs, these cults, because that's what they are.
Yeah.
They're inside and they're telling you motherfuckers what the fuck is going on, and you fucking still won't listen.
Go look into who's the founding father of ecology.
Why don't we go look into science? Why don't we go look into the natural cycles of fucking heat and cold across the earth over hundreds of thousands of years? Why don't we go look into that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Why don't we understand that? And bro, here's the truth. We have people that are so desperate for meaning in their life. They're so desperate for meaning in their life because they have none. They don't do anything. They don't contribute to anything. They don't build anything. They can't pay their fucking bills. They can't take care of their fucking family because they have been indoctrinated and taught to be literally fucking unable to produce anything in society.
Yeah.
Okay. And these people cling on to these social justice purposes because it's literally the only meaning that their life has.
Yeah.
And it makes them incredibly easy to manipulate. It makes them incredibly easy to lie to and get to believe. And in communism, they call these people what?
Useful idiots.
Because they are. These are the people who give them the numbers to accomplish the goal that serves none of those people and only the people calling the play. And like I said on yesterday's show, I believe, when those people, when they finally get the elite people who are running the play, finally get what they want, they kill all the useful idiots because they are unequipped to produce in society. So what you have here is the most vulnerable people of society doing the dirty work of the people who literally fucking hate them, thinking they're virtuous because they have no purpose in any other area of their life. And this is why I talk about personal excellence being the ultimate rebellion. Because when you dedicate yourself to being personally excellent, magically, you find all kinds of purpose in your life. And you are not as easy to fall for lies and manipulation and propaganda like some of these people do. The reason you can't talk these people any sense into them is because it's the literal only piece of them that fucking matters in their brain. You see what I'm saying? So like, dude, we're dealing with someone, they're very smart how they do this, but we're dealing with people that cannot be talked out of. Like they can facts.
There's no
data,
compromising.
Yes, it does not matter, bro.
There's no middle ground.
It doesn't matter because they're so bought in emotionally that they cannot hear it. And what's going to end up happening if this continues to move the way that they want it to move is that they will actually facilitate their own demise.
Yeah.
And and then you got motherfuckers like us and a whole bunch of other people that are like trying to tell people in the world, right? who are like, fight, like, hey, don't do that.
Yeah, right.
Like,
right.
bro, you guys are hurting yourself. And then what do they do to us?
You're a racist.
They fucking try to ruin your lives.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it's the most incredible fucking dynamic, like, that I've ever witnessed. Like, it's like impossible to believe. Like, everything that people like me or you or any of these other guys out there telling the truth, all they're trying to do is to stop these people from harming themselves unintentionally and ruining their own lives.
Yeah.
And they hate you for it. You're a fucking bigot. You're a racist. You're the black face of white supremacy, DJ.
Sure I am.
Because you stand up and tell the truth. You and Larry Elder.
Right. That's my dad.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, man. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, am I off?
No, fuck no. I just wish these people stopped doing this dumb shit.
They're not going to stop.
Notice how there's not one black person up there.
Well, it looks pretty cold. I mean, I'm Sicilian, bro. So, like, you know, I ain't going up there either.
Yeah. No, bro. Fuck that shit, man.
Yeah, no.
Watch too much National Geographic. I'm okay.
Well, you know what happens when they take black people up to places like that, right?
No.
Oh, they fucking die. Like, that looks like some sort of like horror adventure. Like, we're going to go on this zombie virus expedition.
I'll be the first fucking one to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
I'm the canary.
Yeah. So you definitely want to stay the fuck away, bro.
Well, guys, that was headline number 2. Moving right along. Third and final headline number 3. Headline number 3 reads, Bob Iger contradicts himself over Disney's fight with Florida, expresses regret after earlier denouncing anti-grooming law.
I picked the wrong team.
Yeah.
I fucking fell for the propaganda and it ruined my entire company and got thousands of people fired. I'm an excellent CEO. I'm very in tune with what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I only listen to my ultra-rich liberal friends, and they all told me to do this, and it was the right thing. And I ruined one of the most iconic companies that ever fucking existed in the face of the fucking earth.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he meant to say.
Yeah, that's what, yeah. You must have been there. Yeah, that's pretty much
How do
it.
these idiots get in charge of these companies, dude?
I don't know, man.
Actually, we do know.
No, they're placed, bro.
Yeah.
They're fucking installed. Yeah, so Disney's returning CEO, Bob Iger, has expressed regret. The company got into a fight with Florida over the state's anti-grooming law, telling Disney's recent employee town hall meeting that he was, quote, sorry to see us dragged into that battle. It might be hard to accept Iger's contrition at the face value, since he is directly contradicting himself. In statements he made earlier this year before returning to Disney, Iger publicly denounced Florida's law and even chided corporate CEOs for not getting more involved in politics, telling CNN activism is important, quote, even if voicing an opinion on those issues potentially puts some of your business in danger. So at Monday's town hall, Iger was asked about the business impact of Disney's fight with Florida, specifically the state's decision to revoke Disney's self-governing status in Orlando, known as the Reedy Creek Improvement District, a privilege Disney enjoyed for nearly 50 years. Quote, he said, I have to get up to speed on that completely. Obviously, I followed the news. That development occurred after I left the company. I was sorry to see us dragged into that battle, Iger said. Quote, what I can say is the state of Florida has been important to us for a long time, and we have been very important to the state of Florida.
How have you been important to the state of Florida when you don't pay any fucking taxes?
Exactly.
Okay, fuck you, dude.
Grooming the kids.
Okay? Listen. Is there more?
I mean, just got all of his tweets, like this one from February, saying this was in response to Joe Biden, the Joe Biden Twitter account tweeting this, saying, quote, I want every member of the LGBTQ plus community, especially the kids who will be impacted by this hateful bill, to know that you are loved and accepted just as you are. I have your back, and my administration will continue to fight for the protections and safety you deserve. Iger responded saying, quote, I'm with the president on this. If passed, this bill will put vulnerable young LGBTQ people in jeopardy. And we all know that, Disney's stock is fucking tanked.
A few months ago, I know when we talked about it initially, it was the worst performing stock in the Dow.
Yeah, it was tied with like Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up
over
there.
fucking the last 12 months.
Correct.
Good job, homie.
Yeah.
That's what you get for watching CNN and believing all your fucking rich friends.
Now, is this,
dumbass.
do you think this is a ploy though? Right? Like, is this a ploy to try to win back some of the fucking public acceptance, bro?
Dude, I don't know. Well, fuck, it's fucking gross.
Yeah.
Bro, there's sexual innuendos top to bottom in every motherfucking
Everywhere,
Disney movie
bro.
for the last 30 fucking years.
Everywhere.
Like, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, if you're really paying attention, it's not okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And the reason, I got a lot to say about this actually. The reason that people, okay. Do you understand why so many Democrats and people on the left like get so pissed about saying grooming?
Because it's exactly what they're doing.
No, because most of these people believe you were born gay or straight or trans.
Mm-hmm.
They believe you're born that way. So if you believe that people are born that way, then grooming, like if you really believe that, grooming is just like a negative insult.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You understand?
I'm following.
But if you follow the data and you look at the percentage of people that are gay or straight or trans that now versus even 10 years ago, it's literally, it went from 3.5% to up to 20% of 18-year-old kids.
Mm-hmm.
And their reasoning is that they believe because we live in a less oppressive society, that's what happens. And then the most common sense people realize that when you read kids' books when they're 3 and 4 and 5 years old and you know, about sucking dicks and having sex, and you got teachers that walk in and instead of teaching them the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s, want to make TikToks about their own sexuality and talk about, you know, oh, they get on there crying, oh, this child misgendered me.
Fuck.
Those people have zero fucking interest or like there is, they should never be around children.
No.
Never, ever, ever. They're not even capable of understanding who the fuck they are.
Mm-hmm.
They have a literally.
No, that's serious. Yeah, that's
they have a literal meltdown. And by the way, however you choose to live as an adult in this country, I am cool with. I believe in fucking freedom. I believe in you get to do whatever you want. You just shouldn't be indoctrinated to be that. And you should make those decisions as an adult. You can't get a tattoo when you're fucking 8 years old, when you're 15. But there's gender reassignment surgeries happening in this country for people as young as 15 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. That means they're removing breasts or removing penises or create. Yes. Yeah. And these kids now, there's a massive movement of, because this has been going on for the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
We see these kids now coming out who are detransitioners, who are 20 years old, who look fucking 40 because their hair's falling out because they've been on hormone shit.
Mm-hmm.
They've been on testosterone, whatever. Like, dude, they're fucked up and you could clearly see it. And they're crying. Bro, it's the saddest and most infuriating thing to watch because these kids had their whole fucking lives stolen from them by people who don't know who the fuck they are and decide that it's important to somehow direct kids into that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not me telling you that. That is people who this has happened to telling you that.
Right.
And they're being completely ignored by mainstream media. And people don't stop to ask. They don't stop to ask why. Why is this happening? Why is this okay? How has this happened? How did we get here? Well, we got here because of the thing I just explained. It doesn't make sense to most people, but because they own the propaganda machine, they can get enough people who don't know any better to go along with it to allow it to happen. And then we must consider, well, why are they doing it?
Right.
Why are they doing it? Well, what better way to conquer a culture or a country than to legitimately remove the personal identity of human beings? Okay? When you can get people to believe that it's okay to switch from man to non-binary, I'm both and I'm everything and I'm nothing at once,
right,
to woman whenever they want, whenever they choose. Okay, you've affected, and you get the rest of the people to believe that that's normal.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've removed a fundamental reality from society. Because if you can get people to agree to something so basic, such as, you know, a man is a man and a woman is a woman, if you can get them to doubt that or question that or believe that that is not the truth,
or at least fearful enough not to say anything,
what can you not get them to believe?
Yeah.
And this is mental conditioning, and they don't care how many people suffer or how many lives are ruined or what's created because of this.
Yeah.
And by the way, what is, according to the conspiracy theorists, what is the main objective of Bill Gates? What's his main objective?
Depopulation.
Okay. Now, who doesn't reproduce? Do people that you have there do gay people reproduce?
No.
Well, how do gay people reproduce?
They adopt. They would have to adopt. They don't reproduce at all. They can't. You can't reproduce with no ovaries or no fucking
Okay. So
ornaments down there.
now, dude, I want to be clear here because like the LGBTQ community is very hostile to anybody who critiques them in any way. There's nothing, I don't have a problem with any adult on this planet wanting to do fucking anything. However you want to live, however you want to be, don't touch the fucking kids, okay? Don't groom the kids. Don't talk to the kids about sucking dicks when they're fucking 4, okay? Don't mutilate kids, all right? And 99.999% of gay, lesbian, and trans people agree with that because they did these things and became these things or started to live that lifestyle when they were towards or already an adult. Okay. So like, you know, when you criticize this shit, people take it like they automatically like you're a fucking bigot. No, dude, we're just asking some very reasonable shit. Like, stay the fuck away from those kids, bro. And honestly, the LGBTQ community, which they're doing now, you got Gays Against Groomers, okay? And they're doing amazing work because they are creating a platform for the vast majority of the gay, lesbian, bisexual population to say, hey, dude, we don't agree with that either.
We ain't for that shit.
Bro, I know a lot of gay people, bro, and there's not a single one of them that is for that shit that I know. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like people aren't thinking about the why behind all these things. They're just thinking like, oh, that's fucked up. Yeah, bro, it's way more fucked up than you realize, especially when you take a 10,000 foot view and you start looking at all the other things they're doing in conjunction
all the
with
boxes. There's just many boxes getting checked off at the same time.
Open borders. 10 million people now have come across the fucking border who are illegal immigrants. And guess what? They mostly aren't. Most of them aren't like Christian, patriotic Americans. They come from a different fucking world, and it's one that isn't here.
Right.
And so what's that going to create? And like we're talking, like you have fucking Chuck Schumer on TV a few weeks ago, literally talking about the depopulation agenda. Or I'm sorry, the Great Replacement Theory.
Right.
Like you have him talk, he's like laying it out.
Nancy Pelosi too.
Yeah. And but if I say it or you say it or anybody else out there says it, there's some sort of fucking conspiracy theorist or a racist.
Right.
No, bro, it's not racist to observe what's actually happening in front of your fucking face.
Right.
Dude, then we talk about the destruction of our currency. Okay? We talk about the devaluation of our currency. Bro, inflation does nothing. Inflation is actually theft. Yeah. Every time they print money, that means your money is worth less. It also means that your fucking house is worth less and your assets are worth less. Every time these motherfuckers print trillions of dollars, they are literally stealing equity from you and giving it to them.
Right.
Like the fact that most people can't understand that concept, and why can't they understand that concept?
They don't teach that shit in high school.
And why don't they teach that shit in high school?
Because if you learned that, they
wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
Like people don't understand what's happening.
And demonize the people who do know it. You know what I'm saying? Or have learned it.
Yeah. Or kick them off the fucking internet. Or, take their bank accounts. Or, ruin their lives in any way possible. Like, or send people to their house to try to intimidate them.
Yeah. Oh, that doesn't happen, Andy. That's just a
No,
conspiracy.
it only happens once every 30 days to me.
Yeah, right.
Fuck around and find out, bitch. I mean, you see what I'm saying, bro? I wish people could take a step back and just understand like why this is being jammed down people's throats. Like, this is not about tolerance and acceptance and any of the shit that these people believe it's about.
And it's never been
because they're not tolerating your fucking views.
Exactly.
They're not worried about offending you. They're not worried about how your kids feel getting taught about this crazy person's fucking sex life. Mm-hmm. And
that's the thing. Isn't that the beauty? Like the hypocrisy of it though? Like they talk about, oh, the minorities protecting them. I thought they were the majority. So wouldn't, right?
Dude, they don't care what they say.
It doesn't.
They don't care what they say. It doesn't have to make sense.
It makes perfect sense. That's the problem. It's crazy shit, man. What a time to be alive.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I'm not like, dude, like, yeah, I'm ready to do whatever the fuck we got to do. Like I, what I said on the Thanksgiving special, I mean, like, I'm very thankful that out of all the people in the history of this planet, we happen to live in a time where we could actually make a fucking difference, where whatever we do at this period of time is going to actually determine the future trajectory of humanity. I like that. But what I don't like is that I've worked my whole life for the last 24 years. I have the pimpest, most ballerest life on the fucking planet. Everywhere I point my motherfucking cell phone, it's a flex. And I don't get to enjoy any of it because I got to talk about these fucking idiots.
Yeah. That's why I had Klaus Schwab up, by the way.
Yeah. And by the way, these people are pieces of shit. You guys have to understand, like, these people, the way they get their wealth is by being born into the right situation. Yeah. Not a single one of those people has ever had to scrap or fight or fucking, do all the nitty gritty, dirty shit in the beginning of starting a successful career, successful life. And by the way, I have done all that shit. So any of you that are wondering, they believe that, like, you guys out there, you should take your little scraps and go build, and they sell you this dream that's total bullshit and borderline impossible to achieve at this point in time because they're too busy robbing us of every fucking dollar that we make. They tax our income. You guys have no idea how they tax entrepreneurs. It's insane. Mm-hmm. And they tell you entrepreneurs are the greedy people. No, they're the people who actually create the fucking economy in your town.
Right.
Now, if you had little economy leaders in your town, wouldn't you want to remove the restrictions so they could continue to grow? And you could say, oh, well, they're greedy. All right, fair point. Some of them are greedy. However, you can leverage their greed by allowing them to go grow their company, which creates fucking careers.
Right.
Here in this country, which we fucking need.
Instead, they do the exact opposite.
No. They tax your income. And what do they do when you go buy something?
They're going to tax your ass again.
Okay. And then what do they do every year on your car that, what do they do?
The property tax, you get taxed again.
Oh, yeah. But I thought you already paid tax on your car when you registered it.
Yeah, that was the sales tax.
Yeah. But now so they tax you every year on top of that.
Exactly.
For just owning property. What do they do when you sell some of that stuff?
Oh, yeah, pay tax on that too.
What do you do when you die?
Oh, you get taxed to death, yeah.
What the fuck do you guys, how is this okay to anybody? Mm-hmm. You know why it's okay to people? Because they don't teach people how it really works. Mm-hmm. And it's so confusing intentionally. Like, if you sat a normal person down at 17 years old and he said, all right, bro, here's how it's going to work from here on out. You're going to go out there and you're going to fucking work. Mm-hmm. And for every dollar that you make, I get 50 cents of. From here until the end of time. Is that a good deal?
Fuck no.
Okay. But I got better news for you. It's not actually 50 cents. It's actually more like 75 cents.
Yeah.
Because when you go to spend the 50 cents that you get to keep, you're going to have to pay me part of it again.
Mm-hmm. Well, have you seen those?
This is good news, though. This is good news because you know what? You're doing your civic duty.
Right.
You're a good citizen. Aren't you happy that I take 3/4 of the dollar that you make for now until the rest of your life? Mm-hmm. And what do you get? Oh, you get to live in a shitty house and drive a shitty fucking car and fucking live a shitty life and eat shitty food that we manufacture that makes you fucking sick. so that you don't take up too much time on this planet so that we can continue to do this to people because we want you to die sooner before you figure it the fuck out.
That's, yeah. Bro, there's videos of like kids, I say kids, like 16-year-old kids that go, they go get their first job and shit, right? And their parents are recording their reaction as they get their first fucking paycheck. And they're thinking like, oh man, I'm gonna get, making bank. And they look at that fucking, federal income tax, And they're like, what the fuck is that?
Oh. And then, by the way, I got even better news for you. You're going to fucking love it. It's fucking great. It's a great fucking deal. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 75 cents that I keep. And instead of building an awesome country where everybody fucking has opportunity and there is no political divide and create this amazing utopia, which I could easily afford to create because I took all your money.
Yeah, you got a shit ton of it.
I'm just going to put in my pocket and I'm going to go buy $60,000 refrigerators and live in fucking, and when I came into office, I was worth $1 million, but now I'm worth 300. And don't ask why. Right. Because otherwise you're a terrorist.
Right. Oh, I heard what that one country too.
I mean,
they need some money for gender studies.
Look,
too.
bro, if I said that to another, like think of me explaining that to you. And I said, you're gonna, like literally just me and you, and you're going to fucking give that to me, bro.
So you can either work like a dog
to
make more?
No, that's fucking criminal shit.
Yeah.
That's criminal shit. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't pay tax. I'm saying we shouldn't be taxed to literal fucking death to where it stifles our economy. It kills the opportunity for the American dream. It makes it almost impossible for motherfuckers to level up. Okay? If we all paid our 10% tax, every citizen in this country, okay, and to vote, you should have to pay that tax. Because why the fuck should people have a say that don't have any skin in the game? They shouldn't. Okay? But if everybody paid that 10%, Jeff Bezos paid 10%. I pay 10%. You pay 10%. The guy selling pretzels in the divide of the highway over there, he pays 10%. If everybody paid their 10% and the money was spent properly, this country could be a fucking utopia.
Yeah. So why don't they do that?
Because it's better that they steal the money.
No,
That means they get to live a better life.
Makes too much sense, bro. Makes too much fucking sense. All right, thumbs up. Guys, this is where I show a headline. It's either get 2 thumbs up or 2 thumbs somewhere you don't want them. And our thumbs up headline reads, Thai Buddhist temple emptied after all the monks test positive for meth.
Damn.
They getting high for real. They higher than giraffe titties. Article reads, it's a bad habit. 4 Buddhist monks in Thailand have been shipped off to rehab after they all tested positive for meth. The holy men, including the temple's abbot or head monk, failed the drug test in the Pachabun province, Bang Sam Pham district on Monday, an official told Agence France Presse. Quote, the temple is now empty of monks and nearby villagers are concerned they cannot do any merit making, said the official Boonlert Thintap Thai. Police forced the monks to undergo urine tests after they raided the temple as part of the province's crackdown on drugs. The monks, who haven't been named, have since been sent to a health clinic to undergo drug rehab. They were also immediately booted from the monkhood in the wake of their positive test, leaving their tiny temple without any religious leaders. Merit making is a Buddhist practice that involves followers donating food to monks as a good deed. Backup monks are being sent to the temple so villagers can practice their religious obligations, the official said. It wasn't immediately clear if any drugs were found or stashed in the temple. Thailand is a major transit country for methamphetamine flooding in neighboring nations, and pills sell for as little as 50 cents on the streets. Still, the positive meth test is just the latest instance of Thai monks behaving badly. Apparently, a drug-added monk named Frey Anapolo, who's 34, was arrested earlier this month in northern Thailand after allegedly carjacking 2 vehicles and leading cops on a frantic police chase. So they're getting wild in Thailand, man. He's facing
That's
3
what
years
I've heard.
in jail. So
I've heard that.
well, they get wild.
It's wild in Thailand.
Yeah, I mean,
hey man, you know, it's a hell of a drug. Dude, you know, I actually have experience with meth.
really?
Yeah, on accident.
On accident.
Yeah, let me explain.
I hope so. Please.
Yeah, so I'm very, not a hard drug person.
Right.
I will smoke a lot of weed, but I don't do other drugs. And back in the day of the early days of the internet, there was a drug that was available for weight loss.
Mhm.
Because I was lazy back then, bro. Like I wanted to get the most for the fucking least.
Yeah,
Okay. And that's why my first 10 years in business sucked.
Right.
All right. And there was this weight loss pill called Didrex. Okay.
Mhm.
You could order it right off the internet, like without a prescription, because back in the day, it wasn't like Telemed. It was just like the Wild West. Like you could find a website that had the shit and they'd send it to you. And this was I found out late, like I thought it was just like a weight loss drug,
Mhm.
but I found out after because also I was stupid back then. Like I would just take shit and not like look into it at all.
Yeah.
And so I got the shit and I'm like, I took it and I'm like, fuck, this is fucking amazing, dude. Like I felt fucking great. Like, dude, I felt so, like, I'm not shitting you, dude. I felt the best I've ever felt in my fucking life. I had tons of energy, no shakes, no jitters. Like I felt fucking good, bro. Yeah. And so I took this shit for like 3 or 4 days, dude. And I lost like 10 pounds.
No shit.
Yeah. It fucking worked.
What's it called?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it got banned. And I know that probably the reason they banned it because motherfucker worked too good.
That's crazy.
Same reason they banned ephedra back in the day.
Yeah.
That's another topic. However, so I fucking took this shit for like a week and I lost like 10 pounds. And I'm like, fuck, dude, this is amazing. Like, and I started reading about it and I'm like looking at it and I'm like,
what's that M word?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm looking at it and I'm reading it and I'm like, what? It says right here, it's a methamphetamine precursor.
Oh,
and I knew
fuck.
enough then,
Yeah.
like what that means is like you put it in your body, it converts into meth.
Right.
So like, I guess what I'm saying is I get it.
$20 is $20,
Hey,
man.
You know, I'm just saying, like, and I do not condone drugs. It was an accident. You see what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
Yeah. I know that sounded like bullshit.
No, it's
with
not
your
like you're
police
like, hey,
background.
right.
You didn't believe me at first, did you?
No, I was just like, yeah. I'm like, all right, yeah.
Let's hear this one.
Magically ended up in your pocket.
Yeah.
Got it. Not your
These
jeans.
aren't my jeans.
Yeah, right. Not your jeans. Got it. Yeah, right.
Oh, fuck, dude. Yeah. So anyway, I've done meth.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think...
Bro, the shit really, like, I read that and it scared me.
Yeah.
Because,
well,
like,
I mean,
I'm very
fuck yeah.
anti-drug.
Yeah.
But, like, real talk, like, had I not been scared of drugs, I would have kept taking the shit. Like, I could, like, it makes you feel so fucking good, bro. Like, I could see why the fuck people do it.
Yeah.
And, it, like, to the point, like, if you had no fear of drugs and there was no moral, like, question of drugs and it was, like, just okay to do drugs, I can understand why the fuck people do that.
Yeah.
And this is also why I understand like what happens to people that do meth, how their whole life collapses.
Yeah.
Because that's how good it fucking feels.
Yeah.
It feels
takes
so
you away from the reality.
No, bro, you don't care about nothing else.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, I feel so good. It doesn't matter. You don't fucking care about like what other people think.
Yeah.
You understand? Like you don't care if you have a job. You don't care if you take care of your hygiene. You don't like these things that normal people think about. You don't think about because you feel so fucking good.
Right.
And you have all this amazing energy. It's the best you ever felt in your fucking life.
Yeah.
So like it's, you know, I could see how weak people or even non-weak people that would just have an affinity or openness for drugs could get hooked on that shit real easy.
For sure, bro. And there's also like predispositions too. They're learning about like genetically. There's predispositions to have like
predictions.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, what we got on this?
Oh man, you know, I mean, I you know, no comment from me.
Gotcha.
Okay. Like, I can't comment. I think my case has been made.
Yeah.
Like, and don't do that because you ruin your life.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, what do these guys do all day?
Nothing.
Yeah, they're just chilling, dude.
They
like,
fucking eat food and shit.
Yeah. Some of them don't eat, bro. Some of those monks fast for like fucking extremely like long amounts of times. Like, now you're starting to figure out why they can do that.
You know, shit.
It's all coming. I told you everything's a fraud. Fuck. All right. Well, don't do meth.
That's real.
Yeah.
Guys, Andy, that's all I got.
All right, bro. Guys, remember the fee. If you laughed, if you thought it was useful information, if it made you think, if it entertained you, if you liked our handsome fucking faces, please share the show.